This the NC beat. I got a freak elite like Pablo Pete. 980 and DO4 is where the Charlotte Leagues. 252 for the Greenville.
Hello, everybody. Let me know where you watching from tonight.
On this paradox, like crack foes, like the locks. We knock both and the notch. Now I know when he talks, how I can't even announce my parents have to reach the dot. Cause when this ball point to close, my mental travel hellish spots like astro projection. Cannot conjoint the two of us if there is no connection. But you can close section. The NCB, the NCB. The NCB, the NCB, whoa, whoa.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, I love you, Mr. Jackson, for real, I do.
I almost got away. If it wasn't for that goddamn Gerald Jackson and the NCB mob, I almost got away. Got to be more careful.
Hey y'all, what's up? Thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. What today is? Let me make sure I got my date together, because you know y'all, I'll tell y'all the wrong damn date. It's Tuesday. Thank y'all so much for, you know, putting up with me all this week so far. Okay, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in on tonight. We got a little business that we got to handle on tonight because I'm so confused on how some of these cheap ass vloggers, failed pastors, you know, run into YouTube to have these damn shows and trying to advocate for victims of SA, but you had a man sit right up on Tasha K Live and say that you molested him. Then you got scared, you know, and you tried to get ahead of the story, and you went and filed the lawsuit against Lavontraye Andrews. And I just think that when I play this audio recording tonight of Larry and what he said on a recent show, you're going to be shocked. And you might not be shocked, for the simple fact is that, you know, birds of a feather flock together. They all try to help each other out, for the simple fact that they all do the same thing. They all, you know, mingle and giggle and play in each other's butts. And, you know, I ain't never seen a man, a grown-ass man, have 100 men living in his house at one time like he a motherfucking Mexican, you know, and no offense, but y'all know how them Mexicans power the fuck up. Okay, like sardines in a can, okay? And with them motherfuckers, it's 2 cans of sardines in 1 can, because that's just, and I just never understood how a man have a house full of church punks, okay, and ain't no woman nowhere. You can't fuck with his wife because she a bulldagger. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat her coochie because if you ain't no woman, you know what I'm saying, she don't want you to touch it. She had them kids by Larry Reid on accident. It wasn't supposed to go down like that. But at the end of the day, I want to know, why is it that Larisha is out here in the YouTube streets hooking up the victim of the alleged predator with the predator so the predator can work it out with the victim? I mean, you fucking up your own money, dummy. Wouldn't that be something, you know, wouldn't that be something that you'll get, you know, I don't know. We trying to understand. Don't you think that's something that, you know, you'll be able to make some money off of? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me play a song real quick. Hold on. I gotta go to an intermission real quick. Hold on.
The baddest blogger, bitch. Yeah. The baddest blogger, bitch. Yeah. The baddest blogger, bitch.
Right.
Blitz did another one. Pussy stay stacking, ass stay clapping. Hair done, nails done, a pussy stay trapping. pussy stay smack. Ass stay clap. Hair done, nails done, a pussy stay happy. If your pussy hood, pussy good, I got hood wood. Make that pussy walk, pussy talk, make this dick ski. Let me see you walk like you got some wet, gushy shit. Long hair, don't care, yeah, shawty real thick. Cute face, thick waist, and she all up in my face. I'ma bust her down, eat her up like a Reese cup. I'ma fuck, I'ma nut, all in her fucking mouth. Don't be scared, give me head and I'ma throw this fucking bread. What you do? Where you see the baddest blogger coming through. Shawty bad, got an ass and a BBL too. Shawty bad, got an ass and an attitude too. Mouth wet, tongue wet, shawty with that head do. If you choose and choose me, cause I'ma choose you too. Chew you, lick you, and let you have this dick too. I'ma fuck you all night and you gon' fuck me too. Suck me, love me like I wanna love.
All right, I'm so sorry for the church people. I'm sorry. Had to go do something real quick. I'm sorry. But anyways, but back to what I was saying. How in the hell you gonna sit up here and try to advocate for people of sexual assault and your motherfucking ass done been accused of fucking with the children? So, in a recent video about 5 days ago, Larry Reid had got online and he had stated that he had connected people who accused Jakes. First of all, he was trying to really cop a plea with his people. Now, it has already been alleged that he had been out here in these streets talking about Jakes or upset at Jakes for the simple fact of how Jakes didn't show up to Carlton Pearson's funeral or whatever, you know, that drama, that hate and shit. I wouldn't have showed up to his funeral either because he didn't believe in hell. And that was the reason why he lost all them people that was following him. Because those people were smart enough to know that I just go here, that you're not about to change the word of the living Lord, right? So anyways, he built it up till he got to the point where he started talking about how he loved the church and how he don't want, you know, the church to fall and how these leaders have done so much good for the ministry. But it don't matter how much good you did for the ministry. You can't be out here messing with the children. And I just don't think he understands that. So he was on his live saying that after everything came out with Jakes and Diddy, y'all know they said Jakes was swallowing at the Diddy parties. They said that Jakes was a power bottom. The day before, his wife was scooted across the stage after they tried to say that she had knee surgery. And then about time she hit that corner to go back to her damn seat, her knee was hurting. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got to stop playing with God and faking these miracles. Because let me tell you something, TB Joshua is not the only pastor that's out here in these pulpits faking these miracles. Now, at the end of the day, he said that Manasseh Jordan came out and started. Let me show y'all who Manasseh is. Now, Manasseh Jordan, you know, this is a picture when he was young. This was back when Jakes was trying to get him. You know, this when Jakes was trying to get him, trying to pull them dreads, you know, all the way down to his leg. This when Jakes was trying to, you know, allegedly make him do the limbo where his eyes and his nose and his throat is right underneath Jake's balls and penis. You know, I ain't trying to laugh and make this no laughing matter, but this shit is crazy. Because we didn't ask for Larry Reid and Manasseh Jordan to get online and tell us that he was groomed by the Black Pope. Okay? We didn't ask for y'all to come online and tell us that. Y'all decided that y'all wanted to get on y'all surfboards and y'all wanted to ride the wave. We was gagging off the fact that they said that Bishop T.D. Jakes, Thomas Dexter Jakes, okay, we was gagging off the fact that they said that he was at a Diddy party, okay, and the boys that was brought in and flown in and flewed out knew Jakes as a power bop. We didn't tell Manasseh to hang up that robot phone call and get on the internet and tell us that Jakes had his fist balled up at him at 2-something in the morning, asking, talking about, you know, what the fuck he was talking about. Now, we're not going to be delayed and act like we asked y'all. Y'all volunteered. Do anybody in the comments know what I'm talking about when I say that Larry Reid and Manasseh just came out of nowhere with their stories? And now Larry Reid is trying to be a Captain Save a Predator, okay? And he probably would be in jail. Larry Reid would probably. He probably would be in jail if Tasha K, professionally known as Woody Woodpecker, would have gotten that man a lawyer before she brought him on her show to help make her some money so she could pay Cardi B that $4 million. Tasha K set this man up, got this man on her show to do a PPP, you know, pastor, prophet, or pedo against Larry Reid live. And Larry got so scared that he didn't know which way Lavontraye was going to go. So he wanted to respond back through Patreon. And he still got up there and he just talked about how Lavontraye was lying and how he was a disgruntled member. Y'all know how these people that's known on the internet, then somebody that know them more than we really know them come forward and say they did this, and they probably really did it. And then they want to use their platform to make they people believe that they're just so innocent. As much as this man talk about diggling, when you gonna hire a woman to work at your show? When you gonna get a woman there? Us that other boy got a click. But long story short, I'm gonna make it for y'all tonight, is that I got a problem with this man when you talk about covering up sexual assault, because I'm offended at the fact that you would rather try to get you a cut for working something out to keep a person's reputation intact than to let the victim get their justice. Because taking bribes and money, because that's what I believe Larry's trying to do. Let me say this. I believe Larry Reid live is trying to get Jakes to offer him a certain amount of money that he can't refuse, because you're already upset that the man didn't have nothing to do with Carter Pearson as far as the funeral and all that beef that y'all had going on. But at the end of the day, we trying to understand, why are you trying to stop victims of these predators, alleged predators, from having their story told? Yeah, they out there. See, yeah. Elite Vision. That's their Epstein Island out there. But at the end of the day, Lavontraye Andrews, and we finna get to this audio recording. Let me pull this up because I want y'all to see. Let me show y'all who Lavontraye Andrews is. Okay. Now, from my understanding, Tasha K flew to North Carolina to conduct this interview with Lavontraye and his mom, who both went to Larry Reid's church, his struggling church, you know, in Fayetteville, North Carolina, when he was staying in Fayetteville. Okay. So let me put these documents up here because I just want us to go through this real quick so we can just remember what Lavontraye said about Larry Reid live. And then we're going to get to Larry Reid in this video on his show where he was talking about how he was connecting these predators, the victims of these predators with these predators to try to resolve it, to work it out. Okay, we're gonna get to that. All right, so let me go through here because I had to skim through here earlier because I just want to get the specific parts, because this is the lawsuit that Larry filed against Lavontraye, right? And so he had to say what Lavontraye said in his lawsuit so that he can make his argument. So we're going to use Larry's court filing just to remind him a little bit of what what Lavontraye had said. Okay, let me see. Now, if many of you don't know, at some point, Lavontraye had been living with, Larry Reid, claimed that, Larry Reid was, Larry claimed that Lavontraye was homeless and, all this stuff and, just a lot. But if you want the full tea on this, you can just go to YouTube and search it. But I just want to get to these little parts real quick. Hold on. Because I saw one with Tasha K. Hold on. Let me go back to it, Tasha. Okay, here go right here. Latasha transferring to keep known as Tasha K is a social media person. Okay, blah blah. Okay, on or about January 12, 2023, Tasha K published a 2-hour-long interview with Mr. Andrews titled Larry Reid, Pastor, Prophet, or Pedo. Okay. The story of 15-year-old Lavontraye Andrews. She did this after phoning Dr. Reid, where he denied all she alleged and told her, of course, have y'all ever seen a predator or someone accused of predatory behavior say they did it? Okay, no, I didn't think so. Okay, now in the interview, Mr. Andrews made multiple statements, allegations that Larry said were false, but I believe that they were true. Lavontraye had stated that Larry Reid was wrapped up in a naked blanket, and Larry allegedly told him to take off all of his clothes and told Lavontraye to sit down beside him. Okay, hold on. Let me put this up. Let me show y'all who Larry Reid is, who we talking about. Now, this is Larry Reid right here, okay? And this right here, hold on, is Lavontraye Andrews. Now, this is Lavontraye Andrews. I believe Lavontraye was like a minor at the time. Okay, now this is Lavontraye. He all grew up. He all grown up to tell his story. He couldn't tell it then because Larry allegedly had been, hindering him, but he came to Tasha K. He went to Woody Woodpecker. He climbed up the tree. Okay. Then Lavontraye stated that Larry Reid allegedly put on porn, gay porn, and Larry allegedly told Lavontraye to watch it. Okay. And he also stated that Larry asked him to film yourself dancing naked. Lavontraye said, so he was like, well, why don't you just turn around then? And he alleged that Larry Reid started jacking on him. Okay. Lavontraye said he wanted me to take all my clothes off and lay on the floor, lay on my back, and he starts giving me a massage. This is what he's alleging that Larry Reid live is doing. And he finally just grabbed it. Grab what, Lavontraye? Lavontraye is saying it is his penis. He's alleging that Larry Reid live grabbed his penis. Okay. Now, this was when Lavontraye was allegedly 15 years old. Hold on, let me see. I need to see something real quick. Let me get the year. Okay. Okay, 2018. Incident, I guess the incident happened in, let me see, 2018, I believe, 2017, 2016, early 2000s. We'll get to that in a minute, but let me go back to what Lavontraye was saying that Larry Reid was doing to him. Okay. Larry molested. Okay, let me see. October 28. Okay. When asked about the open investigation in North Carolina, referring to the 2018 incident report, the defendant claimed that the investigation in North Carolina is for sure still open. It is still open. The police, the investigation is still open. It's not closed. That his allegation of molestation is proven, reality, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, and let me tell you something. Just like how Larry Reid uses all of that reverse psychology and spiritual manipulation on his cult followers, that's what he was doing to, Lavontraye, making the man believe you don't do stuff, God gonna get you, or I'm your leader, how them, predators do. Okay, so let me see. He lived with Larry Reid at different locations. Okay. All right, let me go back down. Okay, he said he wanted me to take off all my clothes and lay on the floor, lay on my back, and he starts giving me a massage, and he finally just grabbed it. I was like, yo, whoa. And he was like, just relax, just relax. This is a part of the test. And he proceeds to, Larry Reid allegedly proceeds to, you read it, jack off Lavontraye. Dr. Reid Lavontraye did say that Larry Reid would pay him $60. Larry Reid did kind of corroborate this because when it was brought up about the $60, he was trying to slip up. He slipped up and was trying to explain it, but he explained why he gave it rather than denying that he gave it, saying that, Lavontraye didn't have no job. And that was just something he was just giving him. Without saying, no, that was not true, but I was giving him money. And he did say that he was giving him $60 for that. And that's just weird for you should at least change the amount, or if you was going to lie, like you failed to do, to try to get away and make us think that this was going to go away, you could at least use another number. You didn't have to use the same number that the victim is alleging that you paid him for him to, come in your room and allegedly shake his ass, like your wife should have been doing while she was over there carpet munching on all them other church holes. Okay. Now, Larry claimed the statements were false, but of course, someone that's accused of this is what they're going to say. Okay, now let me go back to this. Now, okay, let me see. This is just talking about Breakthrough Church that Reid had. Okay, after Mr. Andrews moved into Lusty Drive home, Mr. Andrews lived with Dr. Reid's nephews, Samuel and Damian Reid, and a church elder named Nathan Locklear and his family. You see, just a lot of boys. Okay, let me see. In 2009, when Mr. Andrews was 18 years old, okay, blah. Let me see. Hold on, let me see. Let me get back. He trying to explain himself and defend himself, and we ain't too much worried about that because this is what people who done some shit do. Okay, and we believe it's true. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Okay. 2006 started streaming live. He talking about that show. Let me see. Okay, beginning in December 2019. Now, Lavontraye been talking about his story. He's been talking about his story. He's been telling people about how Larry Reid had molested him when he was 15, when he was young, and how Larry Reid was trying to test him, called the gay test. He talked about that in the interview with Tasha K. But he ever since 2019, Lavontraye Andrews has been telling his story and trying to get people to block out all of that nonsense that Reid and his people have going on and listen to his story. You get what I'm saying? Because predators can have 100 men in their homes and only choose one to mess with, and then try to use the other 99 to discredit that one that they were messing with. Okay, so beginning in December 2019, social media personality began disseminating a series of videos and live stream videos on YouTube, which persistently and with growing intensity leveled defamation allegations against Dr. Reid. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, now this was about a guy named Daryl, I believe Moore. I believe his name is Daryl Moore. He had revealed a 2018 police report, okay, from Raleigh Police Department, that was filed against Larry Reid for forcible fondling. Okay. Now, Reid claimed he was never made aware of the incident report, but that's a lie. Okay. And so Daryl Moore had invited Andrews onto his show. He said that he filed the report. Okay. Larry ran. Okay, because if somebody got charges here, right here against you, you know what I'm saying, and you run, it's really going to be hard for them to really get you without you, being here, without them having to talk to you, jurisdiction, and all of those type of things. Now, it is a felony, and he could have been picked up or arrested, but it seems like Larry took off and went to Atlanta. Okay. Okay. So, let me see. Larry got scared. Same man that talks about, sending cease and desist letters are for punks. You know how he always say cease and desist letters are for punks. Him being a punk himself sent a cease and desist letter to Andrew. To Lavontraye. Okay. And so there were also other young men that Lamore Whitehead, the Brooklyn pastor that claimed that want us to believe he got robbed, right? Or that it was a real robbery and not a stage robbery. Lamore Whitehead, he also had brought people on his Facebook page and was playing audio recordings and things of people also alleging, stuff about Larry Reid and, specifically about Lavontraye Andrews and all of these stuff, right? So anyways, so right here on the same day, Mr. Whitehead's Facebook, YouTube platforms, defendant made the following allegations. He said Larry Reid allegedly molested him. Okay, when asked about the open investigation, he claimed that the investigation in North Carolina was still open, which it is. It's still open. I am in North Carolina, and I have already verified this, that the investigation is still open. If Larry Reid moved back to North Carolina, okay. But for now, he's living in Georgia, scared, away from anything possibly happening to him. Okay, so he stated that his allegation of molestation is proven. The reality is he did something inappropriate with a teenager, a child. In a nutshell, he molested me, Andrew says. Dr. Reid, did things to him and gave it a spiritual basis. Each of these allegations is false, Dr. Reid said, as it relates to never forcibly fondling or molesting, the victim. Now, he talked about how he lived with Reid at several different locations, and that the Ousty Street home address was the only address he could remember. He said, get into the age thing. One of the other guys that he had talked to a couple of years ago, he said, I did an interview with a guy and me talking quick. I said 14, but I was 15 when it happened. Larry tried to use that as a way to try to make it seem like that the victim was lying with this age and the dates. But how many times have y'all seen ugly ass Larry Reid sit on his show and forget shit and be like, but yeah, so Lavontraye got a Larry got a default judgment. I think it was like what, $1,000 or something. He got a default judgment because Lavontraye did not respond back to the lawsuit, and that goes back to what I said earlier, that Tasha K should, before, if he would have came to the North Carolina beat, we would have filmed it and we would have uploaded it on Tubi. You know, smart thing to do. But I would have made sure this dude was okay legal wise, because that's what Larry Reid loves to do. Anybody that commentates on him, anybody that talks about him, he loves to file a lawsuit because he's a wimp, and he loves to have that drag queen, you know, get online with them pieces, you know, with that whole bounty roll of paper towel going across that bitch face, looking like a mummy. You know what I'm saying? And do his dirty work. But somebody had sent me Larry's video that he did the other day. And y'all already know that Bishop T.D. Jakes is going through scandal right now. His church is going through scandal. We don't know if T.D. Jakes is going to even make it through this. We don't have no vitals. We don't have anything to see, you know, if he's all right. Because Manasseh Jordan, aside from this Diddy stuff, Manasseh Jordan and Larry Reid is trying to take him down. Now, Manasseh Jordan has showed text messages. Well, Larry Reid showed text messages. And I also showed y'all those text messages. And I'm going to kind of be on the Bishop side in this drag a little bit, because like I said, we was talking about the Diddy stuff, and Manasseh and Larry came up here talking about all this other stuff, right? But if y'all hoes ain't gonna, you know, file no lawsuits, leave this man alone at this point. Because the Diddy stuff, we done dragged him and people still talking about it. But if you ain't got no evidence, leave this man alone. And what Larry is trying to do is he's trying to build a campaign. He's trying to get all of the victims of Jakes paid. Because why would a vlogger, or someone that's supposed to be holding the church accountable, and let's be honest, the church don't look at Larry no different than they look at us. They look at him the same way. He's a messy blogger. But he talked about how victims came to him and he was sending the names of the victims to Jake's camp. For one, I think that's dangerous. Because if somebody is coming to you saying that this mega pastor, as big as Jake's is, right, sexually assaulting them or molesting them or grooming them or doing whatever they came and told you that Jake's was allegedly doing, why would you send Jake's camp their information? Why would you give him their name when this man can put a PI on this person and find out where this person lives and do something to this person? Like, why would you put the victim? How you didn't know that the victim wanted to file as a Jane Doe or a John Doe? He talked about Creflo Dollar, another victim. He said that a victim of Creflo Dollar came forward, and that victim, he tried to connect them with Creflo. Why is a man who's been accused of molesting a 15-year-old boy in his ministry trying to help other people who are accused of predatory behavior resolve the issue? Why won't you let these people tell their story and let them get justice? Why are you trying to get Jakes and Creflo Dollar to talk to these people to work it out?
Now, anybody that has actually been harmed by him, anybody that used to work for him that is disgruntled, enemies and liars, maybe past lovers, they're all going to feel a certain kind of way because of the way he spoke. It wasn't even 48 hours Manasseh Jordan took to his IG and began to talk about Jakes without using his name. So when I saw that, now mind you, I'd already knew about it. I'd already been over there to the place, look at the computer, stealing screenshots. And that was probably over a year ago.
This
and
is an NC Beat exclusive.
When he done what he done, I said, now, Manasseh, I'm going to tell you what I'm about to do. I guess I was asking and also letting him know. I'm going to put this up and I'm going to put Jake's name on this. When I do this, this is going to breathe fire back into this conversation about Jakes, that he's trying to disappear. But it will also create a conversation around predatory grooming that needs to be had. Manasseh's a prophet.
Now just listen to this fool. Beat exclusive.
He works with people, prophesies to people, and works in the kingdom, the body of Christ, the church, religious sector. And he said, okay, that conversation is more important than protecting anyone. So I put his name on it and I began to do a few lives. Later on, Manasseh named him by saying TD. Then later on, all of these other people began to come to me. One of these people, his story is so
exclusive,
heart-wrenching.
Now, I want y'all to listen to him because he's telling you that somebody came to him. Now listen to this.
That I know if those details come out here on this internet, just his story, it's going to be horrible. So I sent his name to the Jakes camp and said, y'all need to get in contact with him.
Okay. So another victim of Jakes came out and told you some horrible things about Jakes. And if they come out, it's going to be whatever. So I sent his name. Do y'all hear this fool? Do y'all hear this fool on this damn internet connecting victims of people that are predators or being accused of being a predator? You know what?
And sometimes when that happens, people get clear. Exclusive. Even if the person actually really harmed them and it's not just a baseless accusation. I was hoping that just get worked out because I didn't want to see it out here. Although this is my job, doing this type work, having this conversation, it's not my main job. So I cannot do this anymore. So if
But this is but stuff like that is your job. So what is the end goal, Larry? What are you getting out of this? What are you getting out of connecting the victim who come to you and told you what Jakes is allegedly done to him? But it's although it's your job to cover this stuff and to talk about it, but what is the end goal? Like, what do you get out of it? If your job is to cover it, then why won't you just cover it? Why won't you let them do what they gonna do and you not have no hand in it? I mean, is the Jakes family paying you to get victims or to find victims or to come out here and put on a show like you a caring vlogger and like you have all of these connections and these people really don't fuck with you or really like you? You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, did they pay you to do this shit so that, so that they'll know who is out here saying what, who the victims are, so they can be prepared? Like, what are you getting out of the deal is what I want to know.
I can keep it off the internet, I will. I've just done this.
If he can keep a victim who came to him and said some horrible things about Bishop Jakes after Manasseh came out and talked about the grooming. You heard what he said. He stacked it all up for you. So if you can keep it off the internet, Mr. Reed, you want to keep, see, this is the problem. The same stuff that Larry doing is what they do in the Catholic Church. Them kids get raped, them kids get molested, and it's people like Larry that try to keep it covered up. It's people like Larry Reid that tries to keep it covered up because that's what he's telling on himself. He's telling you that he covered up sexual assault or grooming at the hands of a married man in Dallas, Texas. I mean, I ain't said, he said it.
With a woman that was accusing John Gray, who's now went to another blogger.
Hold on, let me black it up.
Having this conversation, it's not my main job. So I cannot do this anymore. So if I can keep it off the internet, I will. I just done this with a woman that was accusing John Gray, who's now went to another blogger to have that conversation. I was working with her for a month. She just sat down with this other blogger about 5 days ago. I do this type of work behind the scene. There's another situation, a young man that has accusations, I'm going to go ahead and call their name, against Creflo Dollar. And I disguised Creflo Dollar's name.
Exclusive.
And I said a man, mega pastor in Atlanta with a jet. But I was talking about Creflo Dollar. So I worked behind the scene. I'm not going to tell you what I did. But I worked behind the scene to get them on the phone 2 days ago.
Another victim now of Creflo Dollar. So 3 people that we know so far done told him some stuff about Jakes. We know Manasseh with Jakes. Another person whose name he ain't told us, but he told the Jakes camp about Jakes. Then a woman with John Gray. Now another man coming forward on Creflo Dollar. Let's see what he got to say.
So I move like that behind the scene because I'm in love with the church. I'm in love.
Now, this is his excuse. His excuse is he loved these preachers. He loved these pastors. He loved the church. These pastors have done so good. But even if they touched a child, even if they groomed a child, someone that trusted them, we shouldn't throw them away. I feel like if you messed with a child, you should be thrown away. If you mess with a 15-year-old boy who now grown to tell his story, you should be thrown away. But Larry gonna give y'all his excuses as to why he do all of this, connecting these victims of, sexual assault from these mega pastors, allegedly, to try to work it out because he loved the church. And what else, Larry?
With preachers, gospel artists, what we do, I think the church is a beautiful thing. Needs reformed and ugly in parts. But I love our community. It's home for me. It's where I come from. It's where my star rised from. So I love it. So I don't like this, but I know it is necessary to a great end.
So, but then he goes back to saying it's necessary. What side is you on, dummy? What side is you on? Can anybody check this dummy vitals? Did you take, Larry? Did you have your dick today? What is going on? What's up with what side is you on? 1 minute, but see, that's that manipulation. He wants his followers to believe, and he's had more people take Larry Reid live as a joke online than his church did as a pastor. I mean, as far as taking him seriously. He only had 150 in there. Couldn't pack a church out, but can pack an online platform out. And nothing is wrong with that. Get your money by all means necessary. But you can't be out here trying to spearhead a story and lead a story, and you out here messing up your money and everybody else's money. And not only that, but you out here in these streets saying that you work behind the scenes to connect victims with their predators, alleged predators, to talk it out and work it out and resolve it. Hey, I'm just.
So I passed his name, and far as I know of, about 4 days ago, he hadn't been contacted. I think that's dumb, T.D. Jake's team. I think you need to get in contact with him and you need to talk to him. This is dumb, because if he does what I have been told he is going to do now, and let me say this, it's one of the things I came live to say. Manasseh Jordan has finally found a proper team of lawyers for this.
Okay, but anyway, so he's going on talking about how Manasseh Jordan, found the proper attorneys to go after Jakes. Maybe the last few attorneys. I mean, I'm trying to understand, what are you going to sue? You got online, Manasseh Jordan got online and said that Bishop T.D. Jakes allegedly groomed him. Okay, so what kind of lawsuit is that? Emotional abuse? I'm just trying to understand what would you file grooming under? Because from my understanding, you was of age at the time, right? And see, if Bernard Jordan, would have been a real father, you would have never got caught up with, T.D. Jakes. But y'all know Manasseh Jordan had several fathers. His birth father, Manasseh, Benny Hinn, and he done had Jakes. But it seems like Jakes is the first to ever groom him, The little 2 text messages wasn't a lie. It was something, if it is real, because I try to give victims the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Until otherwise. But it wasn't no far-stretched story either. You feel what I'm saying? It was something believable because of, different stuff on the internet, different stuff that this man has said. And, after these allegations come out, it lets us know, who these people really are. You feel what I'm saying? But somebody said child exploitation of a minor. But see, this is the thing with that. I think that, let's look this up. Well, I don't want to pull that up on here like that. But I just feel like wouldn't that be like something sexual? Hold on, let me see something. I would think it would have to be something involved in the act or something like that. But I'm just trying to understand, like, what would be the reason? You get what I'm saying? Like, what would it be filed under? But I just, wanted to touch bases on that as far as this man. That rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, how are you out here trying to, one minute you going at Jakes, then you get an offer, then you start slowing down, and now you starting to connect the victims with the alleged predators? I mean, do you not hear how you sound? Like, did he really think nobody was going to pay attention to that? Hold on, y'all. Like, did you really think that? All right, I'm going to let some of y'all call in if y'all want to call in tonight. I haven't opened the lines up in a minute. So if you want to call in and give a little thought about this, you can. Okay, let me read some of y'all comments. Attempted, okay, Archbishop Jordan, the daddy, didn't know Jakes and others was being predatory. Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? It's all a money game for him. Then Larry asked him for 500,000. I heard that he was offered 500,000. That's why I believe he's stepping it up a little bit more, for the simple fact that hold on. For the simple fact, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. For the simple fact that he want more money. Hold on. Okay, I think I got this thing switched to the phone. You know what I mean? So we got to see. Okay, let me see. Let me go back to y'all comments. They could file it as sexual abuse case, but what would be sexual about it? Let me see. To me, grooming would not be the proper term. He was trying to solicit him for sexual relationship. I mean, hey, this is a hot mess. It is. And I think Larry Reid needed to be reminded of the simple fact that, you know, sir, you had somebody, you know, accuse you of molesting them. And this is why I believe you on the hunt for the other victims. And then he want to use that disgruntled. Because remember, when Lavontraye came out with his allegations, you know, he wanted to say Lavontraye was disgruntled and got mad because he got kicked to the side and kicked out the house and all of this. They always want to say that the person is disgruntled. No, sir. No, sir. Not at all. Oh, y'all don't want to call in tonight? All right. Let me hang this bitch on up there. All right. So, yeah. Let me see. They could file it. They could file it, yeah. So, you know, I think this, you know, this guy needs a wake-up check and stop getting online talking crazy, bro. Okay, please stop getting online talking crazy. Because at the end of the day, you know, we're gonna talk about it and we're gonna gag about it and we're gonna roast about it and we're gonna drag you about it because you dumb. Why would you say that? Why would you get online and say that you've been working behind the scenes connecting people? Okay. Hold on. I don't know who was that calling. Hold on. I disconnected it. Let me put it back up. Okay. Let me see. I don't know who that's called. Okay, you can try to call again. I'm sorry. But I joined late. Are they saying now? No. They're not saying that TD Jakes ain't do anything. Larry Reid has been hooking up victims of Jakes and Creflo Dollar so that Jakes and Creflo Dollar can work out something with the victims to keep the victims from going to file an assault case. Okay, hold on. Let me see who this is. Let me call them back. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, this is the North Carolina Beat.
Hey, Gerald. It's Rika.
Hey, Rika, what's the tease?
Hey, baby. What's going on? You know I had to call in.
Come on. What's the tease? What's the tease?
I just feel like Larry is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's definitely given he was paid off because now you're trying to come back and negate everything that you just said. This whole, I love the church and I don't want to see my community. Right. You're the reason why we know all of this information. What are you talking about?
Thank you.
You're the person that put all this information out. So did you love the church then?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you was the spearhead of this. You was the one that was taking the TikTok video and plastering it all over line. Now, Rika, hold on, Rika. You know, we talk a lot, but I cannot understand when I heard this, when it was sent to me of this man saying that he was connecting the victims with the people.
Like they don't know how to get in touch. Clearly, I was close enough to this person for them to allegedly molest me or groom me or whatever the case is. You think I don't know how to get in contact with these people?
And listen, not only that, but the simple fact that you trying to stop it from coming out what these alleged predators did to the victim by telling the camp of the alleged predators, y'all might want to work it out with them. Y'all might want to work it out with them. You'll be dumb if you don't work
And that's
it out.
what I'm saying. It's giving you were paid off because you was just singing to anybody. You was going to go tell it on the mountain to anybody that would listen not too long ago. And now all of a sudden, it's just, I want to get this worked out behind the scenes. No, and that lawsuit need to be your ass too.
That's what I'm saying. And we ain't going to forget what Lavontraye Andrews said, okay? That you molested him when he was 15 years old, Larry. Talk about that while you sit up here trying to talk about.
And I feel like you don't want a lot of that to come out as your backlash.
Yeah.
So because you got skeletons in your closet, now you're trying to close your closet and everybody else's closet too.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. Also, what I just said. Why didn't you talk to Lavontraye? You want these victims to talk to Jakes and Creflo Dollar and John Gray and all of these hoes. Why you ain't sit down with Lavontraye and own up to what he said you did to him? Cut out all the Larry Reid. Put all Larry Reid live to the side. Fuck Larry Reid live. Fuck the show. Fuck your fans. Okay, why didn't you sit down like Tasha Ugly K sat down in front of him and talked to him? Why didn't you sit down in front of him and say, I'm sorry? But you want Jake to work it out with 8 victims.
And that's why I feel like it's given that you were paid off. Because you just went from not liking these bishops and these pastors to now all of a sudden, I like this person. And you act like you're not going live. Like this stuff is not recorded. Like we can't go back and play what the fuck you been saying.
That's what I'm saying. He got to be forgetting all the shit he say by the end of the live.
Well, honey, baby, $500,000 or $1 million gonna make you forget a whole lot of shit. That part. Thank you so much for calling, Rika. Of course, always, baby.
Love you.
Bye.
All right, somebody else was calling. Let me call them back. I'm gonna try to get y'all a call back. We get y'all some outbound calls. It's got me looking. Hello.
Hi, Gerald. Hi, Beat Mob.
Hey.
This is Monique calling from Cali.
Hey, what's your name?
Monique.
Okay, Monique, what you got to say about this stuff?
Now, I did watch when Larry talked about, and he has a double tongue, and it's very thick. First of all, I actually work in a field where I have to deal with predators, children and people who rape adults.
Right. Yeah.
That's my field, and I'm licensed in it.
Thank you for
when I was watching that interview, Larry has a double tongue. And I say that because he's the one who put out the picture that Manasseh had on his laptop that of 2:31 in the morning, saying that T.D. Jake sent it to Manasseh saying, thinking of you, and he was flexing. Nobody had that picture except for Manasseh before Larry actually put it out.
Out there, yeah.
So you put out the picture and you're doing all this stuff. Then you came out and said that there's another person that's kind of upset and disgruntled because he had a 17-year relationship with T.D. Jakes.
What?
Now you want to... Yes, that was on another video.
Hold on,
that was on
another victim said, wait, they had a 17
That person, it wasn't... Yeah, yes. He said that on the live, and I couldn't take him no more because I'm like, then he starts saying, I think Jakes needs to get in front of this in his camp and all this and that. Why? If somebody was being taken advantage of, groomed, and all of these things, why are you trying to protect them? You're not doing the work of the Lord. You're doing the work to service self.
Yeah, yeah. And to line
and predators of a feather flock together. They will all protect each other.
Yeah. Wow.
And you're thinking that you trying to protect them, and this that when your stuff finally comes to a surface, that they're going to do the same for you.
Exactly.
Why do you think like that. You need to mind the business that pays you. But you're not helping anyone by telling the victims or contacting the person who did the assault or the grooming or any of that by saying, hey, Dad, you need to talk to them and try to work this out before they go out while you're putting out the stuff to us. You're messy.
Yes, he's nasty. And that's why I said I know they said he mentioned something about $500,000. I know people were talking about it. I missed that live where he's talked about that. But it seems like that after that offer, he's stepping it up even more. That's when the picture came out, or what have you. It's like he was stepping it up, even
and he
more.
Said he has more pictures. He said he has more pictures, but that one was the least offensive of the pictures that he took. And not only that, Manasseh didn't even give you permission. Right. You snuck and took those pictures. That is what you said in your live.
Wow.
So that's why Manasseh came out and went live, because you're talking about, hold on, this is the least offensive picture of all the pictures I took, and he didn't give it to you. You even said you were sneaking and taking them. He had no idea.
Wow.
And at the beginning of his life, he said, I'm sorry, Manasseh.
Wow.
Larry, go sit down, Larry.
Yeah.
I do not like people who protect predators.
Yeah,
and one thing is for sure that I know in the field I work in, they never change. Yeah. They take on new tactics and new approaches, but they don't change.
They don't.
And they never feel bad for what they do. Yeah. They just move on to a new person.
Yeah. And I just couldn't.
Hey, if I couldn't conquer you, I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, I just could not believe it. When I heard it, I rewinded it back. I said, why would Larry have done all of this stuff, get online and say that he connects victims with the predators so that they could work it out and resolve it, and then go on to explain why? Because I love the church. I love these preachers. I love the music.
And in the field, I work in that field. That is not a practice that we do. That is not a practice that we do. The only time, and I'm in California, that a victim deals with the person who committed the crime is when it's a child and it was their parent.
Okay.
Because they have the visitation, but they have the courts involved and everything of that nature.
Right.
Because it has to be, monitored and whatever. Yeah. But that's not a practice. Oh, let's sit down. Like, Larry, what are you? What? Are you a therapist? Do you work in this field? No, that is not what we do. Why would we sit a victim or somebody who attempted to victimize somebody in front of the person who was grooming them and attempting to assault them?
And then what really bothered me is making allegations like those that have been made against Bishop T.D. Jakes. Those are allegations that make people want to do something to people, especially when you're big like that. Why would you send the victim that came to you their information to Jake's camp? Like, that is so much that, like, if that's not putting the victim in danger, harm, I don't know what is. But that was some dangerous stuff for you to do that. That was some dangerous stuff right there.
Yes.
You don't do nothing like that. Why would, if somebody coming to you, if they chose not to go live and they chose to come to you as a blogger, as a vlogger, why would you, like, did you tell them you want a story or you want money? What you want? And they say, I want money or I want a story or whatever. You say, well, I'm gonna try to get you some money because I like Jakes and I don't want this out there. Let me call my people and see if that's how I hear the conversations that Larry are having when he's talking about the things that he do in the background. Because you can't be saving Jakes for free. You can't be saving.
Exactly. And not only that, Manasseh has representation. Why are you still speaking on the matter if he's obtained legal counsel and he is an adult, you need to take yourself out of it.
Right.
And allow his team to do what they're being paid to do, which is to defend him and represent him in court.
Yeah, absolutely.
You coming out and trying to connect people, that is not the legal system. That is, let us protect these people. But you were dangling things in everybody else's face. So are you trying to get clout off this situation? What are you trying to do?
What are you trying to do? That is so dangerous to try to do something like that. I could not believe it. And I was like, I didn't really see too many YouTubers or anybody talking about that. Like, are people not paying attention to what Larry is saying? Like, all you got to do is go watch his videos. He's throughout this whole ordeal with Jakes, he has changed his stance day by day by day by day. You can't come out in full force and come out at somebody and then try to give people the benefit. No. You should have did that when you first came out, because now people gonna think you full of shit. Point blank, period. And to see that you covering up for people who's been accused of the same things that you've been accused of is disgusting. And I see why you're trying to do it, because you really probably wanted Tasha K to bring Lavontraye, or if you had the power to then to have somebody bring him to you, so you possibly could pay him off and make this go away by trying to resolve it. But I understand you didn't get that hand extended to you. So you're trying to extend it to Jakes and Creflo Dollar. But I guarantee you, y'all, he ain't doing it for free.
And I highly doubt he's doing it for free. And working with predators, and you read the stories and you see their victims, and you see how they don't care. All they care is about self. They will never care about the victims. As much as we come to the forefront and want justice for the victims, these people who do these crimes, that's why they can relate to others in the same position, because none of them ever have sympathy for the victim. So Larry, even in his delivery, he didn't have sympathy or empathy or anything for the victims. It was all about, well, we need to connect and let's let this go down and not talk about it. Larry, most of your views probably came from you talking about the situation. Stop it.
And now he's wishing.
But thank you, G. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Let me try to call these people that call in so they can get their chance. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, it's Gerald Jackson with the North Carolina Beat, returning a phone call.
Yeah. Hey, Gerald.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm a 62-year-old grandmother from Texas.
Yes. How you doing?
And I'm doing good, sweetheart, and I just love your show and stuff like that. And I have a theory. I've been been watching you, and I've just been watching this whole thing play out, and I have a theory on all this stuff, the Larry Reid, everything.
Tell us.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, when Cassie came out initially with the Diddy stuff, right? Okay, she it was already lined up. Okay, she gave enough information in the 35 pages, to be dangerous. She didn't give all the dirt and all the tea. Well, Diddy settled the next day. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, then fast forward, we got Christian Keys, and he comes out, and he got this long drawn out story, and he's a victim, and it's a billionaire, and he's like, hey, billionaire, you know who you are, and you know what you did, and I know what you did last summer, and next thing you know, you don't hear from Christian Keys anymore, and the payout has been paid out. Okay, so Larry Reid, to me, at this point, is an extortionist, and what he's doing is he's this is a dog whistle.
Yeah.
And so it's like, hey, TD Jakes.
Yeah.
You know, okay, like I know the segment that you're talking about, and I remember Larry saying, hey, you know, TD Jakes team,
Yeah.
this is what would it take to make, you know,
Right.
whole or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, he's an extortionist. What he's doing, I think he's gonna get a cut or a kickback for it. And it's never been about the victim. He's probably reaching out to these people or vice versa, and he has some stake in this in some kind of way. And okay, I'm gonna shake this, you know, dangle this carrot in front of your face because I know what you did last summer. You know, and so you're gonna reach out like the mysterious billionaire did with Kristen Keys, and it's just gonna disappear and go away. And meantime, back at the ranch, Larry Reid, you know, pockets are lined. This is what this is all about. This is not about who in their right mind says, well, hey, you know, what would it take your people could do, you know, to make this person whole? Well, it's about money. Who says that? Where did you get this from? This is not about this is a dog whistle to TD Jakes. He knows, and then Larry Reid is giving out initials like, okay, you know, I'm making up something. No, DC knows this, and hey, your people know who DC is, and da 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 da, and it's a kickback. This is it's a financial gain.
It is.
Larry Reid is a low, you know, undercover pimp at the end of the day, but he's an extortionist.
That's what I think he's
trying to extort money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just report the story
and I'll
report it honestly, and you gonna make what you need to make.
Right. Well, see, because of Cassie, and it wasn't. Look, I'm not mad at her. You got to do what you got to do to get what you need to get. Here's the thing: she did put this man on blast, and this is just the tip of the iceberg of what probably went on behind the scenes. But the fact that Larry Reid is saying, and here's the thing: that there's these little thin receipts that they're dangling in front of everybody, and that's just to keep people coming back for more. But at the end of the day, he's an extortionist, and this is what he's doing, and he's trying to line his pockets and maybe help somebody, maybe at the end of the day and stuff like that. But you know, these people, the initials he's giving out, TD Jakes' team, you know, knows who it is. Now, me personally, what I think is happening, TD Jakes' team is what would you say? They're holding out. Like, okay, you're just talking, you're not proving anything, and they're calling this bluff. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's
what I think.
That's
every week, every other. I'm sorry.
No, you good. No, you good.
Yeah, every other day you notice, or every other couple of days. Oh yeah, and you know, so and so came out, and you know, da 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 da, and you know, but meantime, back at the ranch, get on with the show. But see, Kristen Keys did that. Yeah, you know, I got this pen, and this pen is a recorder, and this pen, you know, this pen recorded you saying this, and this, and all of a sudden, you don't hear from Kristen Keys. And I'm going to court, and I'm going to file because you did this, and you know who you are, and da 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 da.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, why all of a sudden you're not talking about it? Because if you've been violated, you've been violated. Right. Yeah. Point blank. Period.
Wow.
This is extortion at its best. This is what this is, and these people, TD Jakes, you know, attorneys clearly, you know, earning every bit of their money, and they're calling his bluff.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, that's a fact.
This is what they're doing.
That's a fact.
This is what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
Like, okay, you got it. Well, come on with it. But you don't have anything. And they know and maybe he does, but he's trying to me, Larry Reid goes to the highest bidder. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whoever, you know, can give him, not Creflo Dollar is all of a sudden, you know, whatever. It's like, okay. And he may know something behind the scenes about him, but call a spade a spade.
Call it a spade. I know that's right. Call it a spade.
Yes. Yes, and so I love your show, sweetheart, and I think you're on to something, and I'm like, I just gotta say something because tonight I said, oh, look, he's on and stuff, and I'm like, finally somebody's addressing this, because I'm like, am I crazy? Is nobody not talking about the most obvious thing that Larry Reid is doing? You know, you're pimping out victims so you can get a kickback. Make it make sense.
Right.
That's all I got. That's all I got, Gerald. That's all I got.
Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, but you're on to something. Don't take your feet off the gas because you're on to something. This is what's going on.
I'm just giving my thoughts. You know, I'm not accusing nobody anything. This is what I think.
No. This is all allegedly.
Yeah, my antennas are out. I always peep things out. I pay attention to people who talk, the things that they say, and I take notes.
This is why I started following you, because your insight. Yeah, you have really great insight, and I picked up your show about a month back, and I'm like, okay, he's on to something, and I would check in every now and then I just happened to catch you today. I'm like, finally, somebody is saying something, but be careful out there in them streets and stuff like that, because when you start rattling people's cages and stuff, they get nervous.
Yeah, thank you
so take care of yourself, Joe.
I will. Thank you so much for calling.
Baby. Yes, you are amazing. Keep doing it, honey. Keep doing it, because you are on to something.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Thank y'all so much for calling in tonight. Be Mob, we live again tomorrow night, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't be late. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Miss Carol, for sending in your $50 on tonight. Shout out to everybody that gave a cash app tonight. Listen, y'all, thumbs up that video before you leave tonight, okay? Thumbs up the video before you leave tonight. Let me see where we at. This was a good video tonight. Thumbs up the video. We at 150, y'all. Come on, let's get it up to at least 230. Damn, y'all don't want to do shit over here, but just get all this damn good ass commentary. Damn, like the video. Every channel I go to, the vloggers got to say like the video, thumbs up. Damn, we got to set some house rules in this motherfucker before I come on. I ain't coming on unless it's 200 likes up in this motherfucker on the videos. What's going on? Thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. Make sure you like the video on your way out. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Go back and watch the replay if you need to hear what Larry said about all this shit, or if you want to catch up on what we talked about tonight. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. All right, brats. Thank you so much. What's that? Exactly. The sneaky link snake trying to get paid. That's all he trying to get paid, broke ass. All right, y'all. Peace.